Just barely over 9,300 pounds, and pardon me if I'm more nasally and less excitable than usual. Feeling a little bit under the weather. I'm doing all right overall, but I am kind of feeling a little here, so if I get a little flat and a little boring along the way, I apologize. Regardless, what are we looking at here? This is a 2019 Arctic Wolf mid-bunk quad slide coming in on trade here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. They loved it. They used it just about every weekend, the short time that they did have it. But between mom, dad, and two little kids, as much time as they were spending in it, it was just getting a little tight in there. And they're swapping it out for a larger Eagle mid-bunk here at Haylett RV. So basically, they're just doing more and getting more of what they already had here. And I know it's a 2019 and it's a late model, but you know, a lot of times you hear used bunkhouse, a couple little kids running around. Your head, you start saying, okay, so there's going to be a couple nicks and bangs on the cabinets. And that just doesn't appear to be the case here. This is very well kept. They very obviously kept this thing in good shape, top working order. They even did a couple enhancements to it we're going to point out. Like I mentioned, or rather we're going to talk about the slide awnings they added to the exterior of the RV. But they actually added blackout roll-down shades in here instead of the original pleated night shade. So they did a couple small little things to really kind of enhance the daily feel and function of it. Now this is a little bit of a smaller condensed size mid-bunk kind of model with a loft above. There's no real way to make a mid-bunk short by any stretch of the imagination, but it is smaller certainly than a lot of the 42-foot size mid-bunks out there. Trifold sleeper sofa on the back here. I don't believe it was ever used for sleeping. They definitely just did a little bit of seating on it, and you can see how there's household and USB outlets all over the place in here. And just some excellent window coverage. That is something that this model does well. I call it a smaller or condensed middle bunk room, but it never feels small in here. The big windows, the color contrast, it always feels nice and light, open and airy inside of this thing. The table over here gives everyone a place to kind of sit down, whole family enjoy a meal. That electric space heating fireplace giving us some bonus heat without burning up our propane. TV's at an easy angle for entertainment, whether you're at the dining or the sofa. And that is a big, deep pantry behind that television. But why talk about it when we can see it? That's the whole point of a video, right? Let me get around here. Now, it actually, since the entertainment center is on a bit of an angle, it actually, even the pantry itself angles back here. And look at that. Like, you see the door and you're like, okay, no, that looks like a good-sized pantry. Now, obviously, the electrical cables for the TV are there, and maybe with a couple zip ties or rubber bands, you could kind of tame that a bit. And maybe a little bit, like, I think what I would do is I'd find a way to add some shelves right there, and I'd turn that into, like, a shoe shelf, a little shoe garage right there, and I think you'd be in good shape. You have sealed edge countertops throughout the whole thing. That's one of those things as an extended member of the Cherokee family, they're able to kind of piggyback off the core Cherokee product to make that happen. That is a residential refrigerator over there with a 1,000-watt inverter. The stainless look on it, though, it does give it some pretty decent eye appeal. I also like the beveled, is that called beveled glass inserts? Where it's kind of the sort of wavy, vertical, bumpy sort of things. I'm not an interior designer. I don't know these words. Like, I always get, like, distressed and other things mixed up, but neither here nor there. Overall, though, again, cabinetry, everything in really good looking shape. And one of the things I kind of use as a barometer when I look at used RVs, especially ones that I know were used, and this was used a fair amount in the short time it was owned, I'll look in the drawers. And if I can see spots where like the silverware is just really roughly tossed in there and scarred everything up, you know, that's an indicator to me of kind of the quality of ownership that an RV has had. And I don't see any of those sorts of problems with this one right here. By and large, everything just looks really good. Now, there are some neon blue accent lights like above that ceiling fixture in a couple areas. I just simply haven't turned them on, but those are here if you're looking for a night light or just, you know, spark up a little bit of additional color. And this middle bunk room is a little bit different. You've got a folding bunk here. Remember, you do have the loft bed above. We'll see that in a minute. But down below, you've got this jackknife sleeper sofa with additional storage drawers below it. So it's kind of doing a little bit of everything that any other mid-bunk could do. They've done a little bit of it here, including just a nice little extra chunk of storage on this opposing entertainment wall. And that's what's kind of cool about these. This could be an office. This could be an extra sleeping room. This could be a craft room. It could be a whole bunch of different things. That's one of the coolest parts about mid-bunk models, is they really don't have one singular purpose to them. Now, as we come up here through the hallway area, this is where we would locate the loft, which is above that middle bunk room. Apologies if the camera's not always giving you the best view of everything. I'm trying to give you like a feel of the flow of the floor plan. Now, right above us, you do have TV hookups and some household and USB plugs. So if like it's a rainy day, maybe you're not running a TV up here, but maybe one of the kiddos needs something to keep their phone charged up and live, you have a spot to do that. And that's what's kind of cool about mid-bunks. We still get all that living space back there while still having all these different separated sleeping spaces. Kind of an unsung feature that I've always tuned into on middle bunk rooms is that they give you 4 independent, totally separated sleeping zones. We have the master bed up front, that big loft, which could easily sleep some adults. You have that middle bunk bonus room area. And then, of course, you have the trifold hide-a-bed sleeper sofa back in the living room. So you can have lots of people in different separated places. Remember, we got those sealed countertops. Now, your slide out, very similar to like an Eagle HT. Your upper deck slide extends through the bedroom into the bathroom. So you've got all that wardrobe and dresser storage right there. But it kind of bleeds over here into the bathroom area to give you plenty of like linen and toiletry space. Now, as I do a little spin you around, baby, right round, you've got your easy step in corner shower so that you have plenty of headroom in here. Additionally, one of the things I wanted to point out, above that porcelain foot flush stool, we also have a larger kind of max air style vent fan. Once again, that is one of those sort of Cherokee family features that they're able to take advantage of here. As I back up and we work our way into the bedroom, you can see you've got TV hookups directly across from the bed. One thing I noticed, I was like, what is this white goop stuff going on in the switches here? Well, these are blue backlit switches, and I got a feeling some people are very photosensitive, and light at night will bother them. And I think these folks had some tape over those. A little bit of Goo Gone, and I don't know, 2 minutes of scrubbing would get that off of there. Now, as I spin around, you're going, what? Whoa, what's going on? This is a power bed. Actually, there's a power lift, not unlike a slide out, really, that lifts the head area up so that if you do want a direct view of your, TV at night, if you choose to add one, you could. That's what the black switch directly above the headboard area is. But that is a 60 by 80 queen. You've got good CPAP side stands on both sides. And if you are interested, this is a 50 amp RV. We very easily could throw a second air on this for you right here at Haywood RV. Right away when we step outside that anti-slam door, you see the slide awnings right there. They applied some slide awnings all the way around. That would be non-standard equipment on this RV. So that's a good chunk of money that they spent protecting this thing that you folks won't have to. And especially at used RV dollars, you're not paying for them in a sense. The more ride stable steps that you got right here for easy come and go. You might have noticed the larger folding handle. Now there's a grill hookup on the rear bumper. And up front here, they have a little kind of convenience center with this handy little outside mini fridge. So between the two fridges, you have over 16 cubic foot of total cold storage. I like the power hookups in that upper right corner too. That is something that, I mean, you'll always find a use for outlets in an RV. It's like the house that I live in, one of the draws that I had to, it was like everywhere I look, there's outlets all over the place. There's a ton of copper running through that house, and kind of the same thing here. Nice, large, wide open front storage compartment right there. You see the inverter over here for that electric refrigerator, so that if you want to be able to run that in transit or off-grid, you can. If you're going to do some off-grid camping with a resi fridge, though, guys, you're going to need some serious battery action. Like this little prep plug here for a portable solar kind of suitcase trickle charger. That'll help, but it won't overcome what a residential fridge is going to do in an off-grid camp scenario. So just kind of keep that in mind. One of the cool things about these Arctic Wolves, and one of the reasons that we decided that we wanted to definitely have them among our lineup here at Haywood RV when they went through their kind of 2.0 generation update, is the auto leveling system that existed even here in this previous generation. So, you know, you got a push button easy operating leveling system. Now up front, this has the turning point hitch setup where if you need it, if you have a very short bed pickup, it is possible that the pivoting nature of that pin box could save you from needing to spend extra money on expensive slider hitching. Depending on the specifics of how the truck, trailer, and hitch all kind of play nice together, it may or may not solve the problem. But it does definitely give you a good chance of making that happen. Super good eye appeal on these. It's one of the things I have always had respect for on the Arctic Wolf series. They got the hot sauce, man. They got the sizzle. That is a fact, Jack. The slide awnings really dress this one up too. It gives it, like, I don't know, it just gives a really good kind of high-end kind of look and feel to it. And real quick, I want to get over here. This is not a super duper amazing over-the-top you know, Alaska kind of camper, but it does have an enclosed, heated, and protected underbelly for that great extended season peace of mind and comfort. There's a handy outside utility shower below the rear window there on the side wall. And as we wrap around the rear wall, you see you got that 200-pound rated cargo rack on the back. Especially on a mid-bunk or bonus room or guest room model or whatever you want to call this one. Having a place for like the extra bicycles or coolers or something on the back. Super, super handy. Now that is 200 pounds before the spare tire is applied. So, you know, obviously load it accordingly. Be reasonable, folks. And it looks, interestingly enough, the previous owners added a little bolt-on Curt receiver hitch to the bumper, so perhaps that's what they were using for a bike rack rather than using the fold-down rack. Everybody camps different. Maybe it worked better for them. Maybe they already had an existing bike rack from the previous RV. That, I don't know. I have not located any sort of grill, but you can see that it is grill ready. You've got the mount on the back there, as well as a gas grill quick connect. And another thing I like about this model, it gives us a lot of windows over here on the door side of the RV. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So whether it's new, used, Arctic Wolf, Sabres, Cherokees, Eagles, a little bit of anything and everything, as you can see, we have no shortage of different brands and a variety of options here for you at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. We don't do dealer fees, but we do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between, including that beautiful new paint package Montana over there. So whatever you need, guys, long story short, we can do it for you here at Haylett RV. So take care. Stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. Thanks for tuning in today.